guys. LV Nation. What the heck? Here we go. Go follow, guys. LV Nation.
Shot for Tom Holman.
Holy mo! They're telling him to go home. Oh man! So apparently, Zoran Mamdani, the leader of the Democrats in New York City, leading to probably be the next mayor. We're going to be talking about Curtis Sliwa, who was right behind him, who was the Republican nominee. All his supporters and Trump supporters gathered to kick out Zoran Mamdani from an anti-Trump rally. Get out of town. He apparently tried to go to Staten Island, and Staten Island was not having it. Scott Levito, who has performed for President Trump before, he's an artist. He basically said, let's give a nice Staten Island welcome to the dear comrade and socialist, communist Zoran Mamdani. And ladies and gentlemen, you got to see this video. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, Zoran Mamdani is a lot of people are not a fan of this guy. So where are the numbers coming from? A lot of New Yorkers are not feeling a communist route. They're not feeling this socialist wannabe communist and reality route. And it's not looking too good for New York City right now. But he tries to go to Staten Island, and boy, oh boy, did he get chased out of there.
Everybody to smile. People are worried about a single curse word, but meanwhile their cities, countries burning to the ground like this, but they're worried about my cursing. I'm gonna go in and get something to eat. They come to communists, the communists.
Well, he's got security. He's got security with him. There's Zoran in the background with security. I'm pretty sure they're armed.
Let me tell you something. You are not welcome in this island. October 7th, Jew hater. You Jew hater piece. Hey, Mr. Mandandy, can I talk to you? This is my island. You're not welcome here. Excuse me. You hate Jews. You hate this country. You hate this. Go home.
Holy mo! They're telling him to go home right to his face. And they have Curtis Sliwa signs. So New Yorkers are awakening to the reality that right now he has an 80% chance of winning. And boy, oh boy, what a welcome from New York City, man.
Yo, man, baby, with your fake smile, your slump smile, you know you're scared. Your balls coming to this island. Make noise, people. Let it hear.
We're live on air right now on Newsmax.
So there you have it. Curtis Sliwa signs, Republicans trying to fight back against Zoran Mamdani, literally in the store, just screaming at him, letting him know how they feel. But what's so wild about this, we got to go to this right here. City-owned grocery store in Kansas City, right, shuts down after nearly $29 million from the city had been invested to keep its doors open. But don't worry, it'll definitely work in New York City. So it closed down due to robberies, due to the fact that the store just is literally like they tried to make it work, it just didn't work, and robbery after robbery, bankrupting the whole, city-owned store, which is exactly what he wants to do in New York City. Here is an experiment in Kansas City. Take a look at this. This is some wild stuff. This is what he wants to do in New York City.
For months, the store hasn't fully been stocked. Still, person after person comes to buy groceries.
I thank the previous operator for the years they put into that, as well as their predecessor. And now we'll try to do all we can to make sure that this works.
Mayor Quinton Lucas is disappointed. He met with the store operator 2 weeks ago for hours trying to come up with a solution.
Yeah, I know there are different challenges to how groceries are operated. Part of that challenge is the city certainly has been happy to be a partner, but there's always a limit to what we will invest as well.
It comes down to money. The city owns the building and has invested nearly $29 million in the store. Still, the Sunfresh was losing money.
All of a sudden, you roll down here this morning and they're gone, and they're saying they're not coming back.
All neighbors know is there's no food here now, and they wish that wasn't the case.
I'd like to know what could be done, maybe to bring it back.
In Kansas City, Brian Johnson, KMBC 9 News.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is the real story? Socialism doesn't work. History makes that very clear. Zoran Mamdani, here's a preview of your policy failures already. Enjoy. So this is exactly what he wants to do. Zoran actually has ideas that are worse than China. He wants to do this in New York City. And in Kansas City, they've tried this, and it's just not working. It did not work. The store closed down. And where is the $29 million? How does one waste $29 million? Well, New Yorkers are waking up to this reality. Are waking up to the reality that Zoran Mamdani, right? This is a New York City doctor. He explains that Zoran Mamdani is a scam artist and that the things that he's promising won't happen and certainly won't help anyone. The mayor of New York can only raise property taxes so he can target the billionaires. Mamdani is just gaslighting. Take a look at what this doctor in New York City has to say about him.
Tell me how Zoran is going to pay for free childcare, free buses, when he's going to step into office on the first day and he's going to realize actually the mayor doesn't have any power to raise money on the rich, and that was his plan to pay for all this crap to begin with. I'll tell you how he's going to pay for it. He's going to pay for it by raising property taxes, raising other taxes in any way that he can. The thing you got to understand is I'm from South Richmond Hill. People in the outer boroughs over there, they don't have these big fancy corporate tech jobs. They're not celebrities with fat salaries. The way they make their money is they own maybe a deli across the street, or they own a spice shop, or they work there. And those people are the ones that are going to absorb these higher taxes that he's going to use to generate income for his ill-conceived ideas that won't even get anybody out of poverty to begin with. His whole plan is going to only hurt middle to lower income Black and brown people in New York City. If you have some big, fancy, fat tech job, or you're a high income earner in New York City, Zoran's policies will not affect you. It'll affect people that I grew up with, Black and brown people in South Richmond Hill, where I worked in Flatbush or in Brookdale. It'll affect people where I went to high school in the Bronx. These are the people that are going to affect it. So all the rich white people that voted for him because they think that they're doing something good for minorities, you left up. But don't push your vote through November, because the guy's a scam artist.
He's a scam artist. That's what they're saying out there in New York City. That he's actually remember, he's trying to do this to help, the minority communities in New York City by taxing and doing all these things. But again, he's going to realize that the people that are trying to come up in the city look like him. They look like me. And again, you're trying to help us by hurting us. The more money we make, the more you want to tax us, as we're trying to make our communities better, trying to get better in life. So you're just scamming us into voting for you because you think this socialist ideology is the way to go. You just saw what happened in Kansas City. This thing doesn't work. This thing does not work at all. And that's what people are they're realizing, hey man, what the hell is New York City about to do? Please don't do this. This is not the way to go. It's not going to work. We got to chase this guy out of town. But what's so wild about this is I ran into this video. I'm going to play this video for you guys. I'm going to let you guys enjoy this one. But Randy Ogles wrote a letter to Pam Bondi asking for the denaturalization proceedings on Zoran Mamdani on the grounds that he gained his citizenship through misrepresentation and concealment of material support for terrorism. He's making a crazy case here. A lot of people are calling him racist and saying all these crazy things about Representative Randy Ogles. But he went on Newsmax and he was basically explaining why he must be denaturalized, because he came into this country on the grounds that he's supporting terrorism. It's a wild claim, I know. Take a listen to it. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about Kansas City, that store just going broke and closing down. Is that what's going to happen to New York City? Who is going to pay for all these things? How are these things supposed to happen? Right? How are these things supposed to work? Are we supposed to be more tough on crime, more tough on these things, or are we cooked in New York City? Still love my city to the death, but choosing this guy without caring about his stance on Israel, because I know that a lot of people care about that as well. I don't. I care more about New York City and what the damage could be by having someone that's a socialist take over and become the mayor. Take a look at this video.
Congressman Andy Ogles has said that this man should be deported. And he actually joins us now from a actual moving car. That's a busy politician right there. Congressman, good to have you on. You say Mamdani should be, you have a letter to Attorney General Pam Bondi demanding an investigation into whether Mamdani should be subject to denaturalization proceedings on the grounds that he may have procured U.S. citizenship through willful misrepresentation or concealment of material support for terrorism. Give us your claim here, sir.
Well, so part of the process when you fill out the naturalization forms, which, you know, here's a copy of one here, is you've got to disclose your activities. So like communism, anti-American activities. And so in 2018, when he was naturalized, he failed to disclose some of the things that he had been doing, one of which was joining the Democrat Socialists of America. That's a communist organization, which quite frankly, at that time, would have disqualified him from becoming a United States citizen. So what we're encouraging to do is the Justice Department to look into the timing of his joining that organization. It would have been anti-American. It would have fit the definition of what he would have been required to disclose, and quite frankly, would have made him most likely ineligible to become a naturalized citizen. So if that's true, then the process could begin of him being denaturalized. Now, that being said, even if we can't prove or dot the I's and cross the T's and get this guy on this, and create the template for these other individuals who come to this country. They're sleeper cells. They want to undermine our way of life. They want to take advantage of our generosity. Enough is enough. Look, I'm a proud American. I love my country. I love my flag. I love my God. And I love my family. And I'm tired of us being taken advantage of by the rest of the world.
Yeah, it's something to see this. You know, we've gotten so complacent with the threat of what this ideology can bring to this country, and it really is scary how it's just celebrated in the streets now. It used to not be that way. Congressman, we appreciate you coming on. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Go follow guys, LV Nation.